Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is time for our little mid-game show to see which one of you two is going to come out ahead in the week. Because it was all Yoshi until yesterday, Desrex. You kind of have been kicking some booty in some of these games, though. So, Joshi, if you don't step it up, Desrex might be the overall winner this week. How are you feeling about that?
Okay. Well,
I am the overall winner. We're 3-1 right now. What is this bias?
Hold on. We still have today to catch up. It's not over, Eric.
Okay.
You're in the lead. We'll admit that.
Strongly in the lead, thank you.
Okay. That's okay. I still have today to try and catch up.
Bring it.
I'll say, too, when we got into more trivia things, that Joshi kind of smoked you, which is why
Oh, yeah,
it's not
Jeopardy.
biased.
He smoked me.
Okay, not okay.
You got 500 free points. What do you want?
Okay. We're going to get into the game. We'll settle this here. We are going to go for 2 truths and a lie. So how this is going to work, I am going to state the player, and I'm going to say 3 things about them. Since we're on week 1, I did pick easy things, so these will get more difficult in upcoming weeks. But I want to make sure that we have the foundations and the basics down.
All right.
2 things that I'll say. Oh, go ahead.
I want to make a quick ground rule. We cannot say the answer until she has said all 3 things, even if we know the lie, okay? Deal?
All right, deal.
I like it.
Deal.
That's a good rule. Yeah, 2 things will be true. 1 will be a lie. It might be obvious. It might not be. So let's get into it. First off, I think starting off a little easy. We are going to talk about Surdy. First thing, listed in Twitch bio, best Camille in USA. Second, born in New Zealand. Third, real name Jet Joy.
I think it's number 1. I don't think he thinks he's the best Camille. I know he's oceanic, but New Zealand? I'm not sure.
Are we racing for this, or are we both putting out a guess?
You both get to get an answer.
I'm going to put on 3.
So you're saying that the real name, not Jet Joy.
Yeah.
And then Joshi, you're saying it was Camille in USA?
Wait, hold on.
You got
hold
5.
on.
You got 5 seconds if you're gonna change it here, bud.
I've changed it too. I think he's Australian. I don't think he's New Zealand. I think he's Australian.
All right. Well, ding. Congratulations.
Let's go.
You
Okay.
are correct. Not born in New Zealand. That is the lie. Was born in Australia. Ezrex, didn't we talk about this? The fact that Surdy has like an amazing real name, Jet Joy. That's a name that should have been picked up as the ID. As cool as Surdy is, Jet Joy.
Sounds like a superhero.
I know, right?
That's the thing. That's the thing. It sounds too cool. That's the problem.
Okay. I can understand that. So far going into this, Joshi leading by 1.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Next one. We are going to talk about Acadian Golden Guardians. All right. First off, name was based off of a movie quote, Arcadians Now. Second, quotes on his Twitch, if you subscribe, I will be your dad. Or 3, when he started playing competitively, was mid lane instead of jungle.
Eric, you want to go first?
Start with Eric
2.
this time.
It's number 3.
It's number 3?
Is the lie. Yeah.
All right, so Joshi, correct yet again.
Let's go.
When Acadian started playing competitively, was top lane.
Top lane. Dad Slammers. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Which Dad Slammers, I think, feels good with the quote, if you subscribe, I will be your dad.
Acadian's everyone's dad.
That's a way to get Twitch subs, that's for sure. All right, Joshi up 2 in the series here, Desert how ya?
Yeah, I got to make this, go the distance, so... I'm just giving him 1 so I can win the next one.
Okay.
Okay, next up we're going to talk about Sligo. And this one, there is a lot of lists of things, so listen carefully, okay?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right, first off, no list. Born in Colorado. Second, favorite champions include Karma, Elise, Orianna, and Azir. Third, played on 3 different academy rosters, TSM, Dignitas, and Evil Geniuses. Joshi, I'm going to have you answer first this time.
Can I hear his favorite champions list again?
Yeah. Elise, Karma, Orianna, and Azir.
I think number 1 is the lie. I don't think he was born in Colorado.
I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Pretty sure it's 3, the 3 different academy rosters.
Yeah.
All right, Deserex, congratulations. Let's go.
100 Thieves, right?
100 Thieves, yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's right.
Yeah, that was that
what was
debut
it?
roster where they pushed their entire academy team at once.
Oh, you said TSM Dig and EG.
Evil.
Okay,
EG,
yeah.
Yeah.
Missed it out a little bit too tricky. Too many things going on at the same time.
That's how I get you. I want to know if you're tracking too the player history, you know. So
can't even track the jungler. How am I supposed to track their history?
All right. Okay. We're gonna go moving on next to Smoothie. Okay. So been playing League for roughly 11, 12 years. Has the cutest cat named Milo. And 3 from Calgary, Canada, fellow Canadian. Deserex, you first.
I'll go with 1.
1, the league roughly 11, 12 years.
That's a tough one. That's a question if he played at beta, is basically what you're asking me right now.
I think he did play at beta, but I also don't think that's his cat's name. I don't remember what his cat's name is, but I don't think it's Milo. So I'm going to go with number 2.
All right. Both incorrect.
Oh!
So it's actually from Edmonton, Canada. As Americans, I don't know if you would catch that difference.
Never.
I knew he was Canadian. I
just name a different Canadian city. You don't know the difference. It's fine.
You could be from maple syrup. I wouldn't know the difference.
All right, I'm gonna slip that into a trivia question one time just to see if you'll actually not get it. So no points. And for the record, heading into our last and final question, that Joshi is up to 1. All right.
Let's do this. Just gotta hold.
All right. First off, popularized Syndra as a comp pick in OCE. All right.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, I know who we're talking about.
Yeah, Choose.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Choose. Yeah, my bad. You would have been able to figure that out from this next question. Original name, Choose, based off of the Steam train. We talked about that yesterday. And has a super cute dog named Virgil.
I go with number 2. I'm pretty sure 2 is the lie.
I'm pretty sure 2 is the lie too. It's just 2 Choose,
there's only 2
right?
Choose.
Yeah.
Two
All
choose.
right. Congratulations. Both correct. Let's go.
Hold.
Yeah. The last one may be a little too easy, but Joshi is going to come out ahead 3-2 over on our 2 truths and a lie. But there'll be a segment later, Deserex, so it's
it's 3-2 right now, and I'm still in the lead when it comes to these games, so I'm...
That's fair. And like I said, we're going with the easy stuff for week 1 here. We're reintroducing everyone into Summer Split, making sure we know the basics and the foundations of these players, and it's only going to get more difficult from here on out. So I think that's where, Deserex, you might be able to start maybe getting a bit more of an advantage going into that. But speaking of things and advantages, things are going good. EG with the first win up against Golden Guardians. No longer no wins under their belts. That feels pretty good here, Joshi. Do we think they'll continue that in game 2?
We'll see. There's a lot of momentum that's going to be coming through, but I also feel like they learned a lot about their opponents, right? Surdy, even with that counter pick, the Yone into the Gwen, didn't necessarily have a great early game. He didn't necessarily have a super strong mid game. He had one really good team fight, though, and sometimes that's all you need to do. You don't need to be gapping your lane. You just need to be that solid rock. But at the same time, you very clearly have a win condition down in the bottom lane. Kaori Smoothie had such a great game. Kaori really took things over later on. And if you give him the tools necessary to do that, I expect that he'll be able to find you more wins.
Yeah, wasn't that a quadra kill from Kaori at the end of the game there?
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah. And Deserex, you were saying that there was going to be a penta on the other side as your outlandish claim. So,
oops.
There's 2 games.
There's 2 games? You said the first game, though.
We'll give it till the second game. That's a pretty outlandish claim. We'll see.
Series.
We'll see if it happens in the second game. It's time to head into the Champ Select, see if Deserex can be right on that one. I'll catch up with you 2 later. Have fun.
Bye, Sierra.
Alright, I'll give you one thing at least, Eric. Sort of got no solo kills that game, so he needs to get 3 solo kills this game in order to make up for it. And we will see what he actually chooses to do, as this time he will have to probably pick his champion before he gets to see what concept is playing. And even with the counter pick, he wasn't able to necessarily find any of those solo kills. So I'm curious what it is that Surdy does want to do. He had a great game on the Fiora yesterday. I know that he's able to play it pretty consistently into just about everything that Concept really likes to play, but will he have the confidence to actually do it?
We'll see as this draft does unfold. Evil Geniuses Academy just going to ban away the Urgot over on the top side, as well as the Talia. And Talia has definitely been one of the more high prioritized bans that we've seen in Academy so far. Again, Golden Guardians Academy really dialing down onto this Callista, not allowing that explosive lane to see the Rift.
Yeah, you don't really want to allow any of these super powerful champions to be going over Kairi Smoothie again. He's played it twice already, only wasn't able to play it the last game because it was banned away. But we know he's played the Kog'Maw, we know he's played the Senna. There's lots of things that they can still pull out should they choose to. And with the Ezreal under the belt as well, they've kind of run the gamut of all of the major bottom lanes. But with the Wukong ban, it feels like Evil Geniuses are kind of settling in for a bit of a long haul, right? They're taking away a lot of these early game champions, and Evil Geniuses, they came alive later on in the game. So if you take another game and just go later, maybe Evil Geniuses are more comfortable playing in, you know, the 30-minute mark than they would be normally.
And here comes that interesting priority we've been seeing, that first pick, Gwen. It was over on the side of Golden Guardians, I believe, who first picked it last time. So this time, Evil Geniuses are going to be the one to snatch it away.
Yeah, it's really good into lots of ranged compositions, right? They just can't hit you, and it allows you to be effectively solo frontline a lot of the time when your opponents are trying to get on top. But it's not the only way to play this Gwen, right? You can play it in the jungle, you can look to just kind of power farm on it, and you're not the best ganker, but you will have big impacts on the team fights later on. And that's part of why this Gangplank, another champion that Concept has been adding to his champion pool compared to what he was playing in spring.
And the most popular champion over in that top role. Now with that Gangplank locked in alongside the Senna, we're going to get that shoving lane once again from Evil Geniuses Academy. Kairi and Smoothie going with the Ezreal and Karma.
Yeah, and last time Golden Guardians, they hid their support pick here and instead went for something else, but not going to be doing it again. It's going to be the Tahm Kench right away coming through. They don't want it taken off the table. So Golden Guardians, they have a lot of control over the battlefield, right? Tahm Kench can keep both of these people safe. Gangplank has the oranges. Senna can be invisible. They have lots of ways to deny Evil Geniuses from getting in on top of them and just creating space. So Evil Geniuses can either choose to play at an even greater range, or they can choose to just go right on in and allow Kairi to play a very similar style to what he did in Game 1, looking like Yan a little bit from when Yan was playing up against them in the first week, or I guess like yesterday and the day before, where he was just able to take control of a lot of these fights by being incredibly aggressive.
So far in this first phase of the draft, we have the bot lanes drafted. We're going to have the Senna and Tahm Kench, which getting locked in this time, the Tahm Kench. It was banned away in the second phase as Golden Guardians held that support pick for a little bit too long for that ban to go through. Facing right into the Karma and Ezreal, as well as the solo lanes potentially revealed right here. The Gwen in the top lane picked up for Evil Geniuses going into the Gangplank. Second bans coming in, Zoe, Graves, and Yone taken off the table.
Yone is a little bit interesting to me, right? Because it was picked twice as a Gwen counter pick so far. And, you know, Golden Guardians, they don't have to pick it themselves, but I think they just don't want it on the table. Because with the Gwen pick already taken away, you know, the Yone can still go over towards Evil Geniuses. But it is one of the tools that you have in order to try and get on top of people very quickly. You know that Evil Geniuses played before, and Olaf doesn't have the same kind of like sticking power as something like the Yone can in a lot of their previous fights. So now, if Surdy doesn't want to take this Gwen, his champion pool is severely pinched.
So the mid lane is what I'm looking at right now. Sligo yet to pick his champion. Azir, I believe, is still on the table. Yeah, we still have a Victor on the table for the mid lane. So two contested picks to go up already, grabbing the Victor that is going to go to choose in the mid.
And he's played it multiple times at this point. He's looked fine on it, right? He's able to get some advantages, but he hasn't necessarily been able to get a whole lot done with it, right? Victor's a champion who has a lot of reactive tools. He's got a lot of battlefield control, but if he's not able to set up, if he's not able to get there first, he can really struggle. So Golden Guardians are committed at this point to getting towards every objective before Evil Geniuses get there. Golden Guardians are really good at holding positions, but they're not very good at retaking sites once they've actually gone down. If Evil Geniuses plant that spike, I don't think GGA can get back in to defuse it.
All right, and there is that Azir picked up for Sligo. And with this composition, the reset potential for Tomio on this Viego is pretty insane. Just the splash damage that you get from the Gwen paired up with the Azir as well. You know, one kill goes down, and this can set Tomio up so well.
Ooh, this Kane I don't think is the most ridiculous thing in the world, right? You got a lot of squishy members on Evil Geniuses, but we'll wait to see what they actually lock in, because Evil Geniuses also have a composition that is really good at holding location, but they aren't necessarily the best at retaking. Now, Golden Guardians, they have one champion who can actually be like their face checker. They have the Tahm Kench, but they also have Diana. These are the champions that you need to have going first. Otherwise, just about everybody else gets bursted down by Evil Geniuses. So Golden Guardians and EG are going to have to play a very finesse, very macro focused, very tempo focused game where you go in, you try and get to the dragons first, and whoever does that will have a bit of an advantage. Now, you'd think that the team with 2 coaches on it might be really good at that, but Evil Geniuses, they now have Smoothie. Sergi keeps saying Smoothie's helping us out with the way we actually want to play the game. So will the advantage of having this former LCS professional coming in, will it be enough to actually take them to the forefront of the game and get them their second win?
I just got to throw it out there. I love that Acadian picked up Diana. Diana is personally one of my favorite champions. I remember when the song came out for Diana, I was in tears on how much I love Daylight's End. But with that, it is one of my favorite champions, especially in the current iteration of it, because the snap engage they can get is so hard onto, feels so good when you're able to pop that moonfall on top of it. I want to see Acadian on this, as we are ready to hit the rift now. Golden Guardians Academy versus Evil Geniuses Academy. We've already had one loss streak broken. Who knows? Maybe Golden Guardians need a win right here, and they can handshake breaking their loss streaks.
Also notice that Acadian is going to be going with that Conqueror, likely to be going for a much more tanky version of the game. It's looking for an opportunity to try and get things started, and I'm already getting messages right now about the Diana Victor. It is a bit of an odd combination, right? You want both these champions to kind of be solo AP, and that really makes me think that Acadian is, going to be rather light on the damage. It is a situation where Golden Guardians have to try and play like these 2 disparate parts of the fight, and with solo frontline, I say solo frontline Acadian because I feel like Chime has to be really careful about protecting Array. It definitely creates a lot of odd decision points in the Golden Guardians team fights coming up. But as we pay attention, I really want to watch if Sergi can actually get some of these early laning wins going up against Concept. If he can really prevent Concept from being strong, it solves a lot of Evil Geniuses' problems down the line.
I mean, Concept, the Gangplank has gone through a lot of changes and a lot of iterations. There was a recent set of tweaks that came out not too long ago that was supposed to... oh god, they're just grabbing. It was supposed to kind of try and balance out weakening up his early stages and boosting up his late stages. He's still very, very powerful just because of that poke he can do with the parlay. Yeah, Serdi is going to get a piece of that right now, as both top laners are going to meet up over on that top side.
Yeah, it looks like they both just did a little bit of damage, but Tomio is going to be taking control of his opponent's side of the jungle, and one of the interesting things we're going to have to pay attention to is because we saw, the 2 mages auto-attacking each other so much, they are playing a low health lane. They're playing without as much HP. They're going to be burning through these corrupting potion stacks in order to try and trade really aggressively. And so suddenly the jungler that can affect that can really prevent any of these skill checks from going in the wrong direction. But Tomio, choosing not to do that, immediately going to be cross-mapping, walking through the mid lane, helping Saligo get that push in, and having opportunities to pick up his own side of the jungle. And Acadian going to be in a really rough spot.
And it's not just that lane that's shoving in. We got the old school Karma Ezreal shoving deep into this side, and it provides a lot of potential for Tomio if he wants to go exploring towards his bottom side, as he does have so much priority in his favor. Look at that combo coming out from Concept. We'll land a beautiful barrel onto Serdi to knock him right below half.
The idea was good from Serdi. If he actually doesn't take that barrel, he's in a good position, but because he actually gets hit, he has to use his potion. He takes a ton of damage, and Concept is in much more control as he starts to try and actually crash this wave up into the top lane. And because Tomio, they saw him on the bottom side, Concept knows he's isolated.
Yeah, Tomio right after Acadian. He was looking for this one. Jumping onto Saligo, gets underneath the tower. Saligo trying to get the pincer. Choose goes a little bit too far forward there for a second. Oh my goodness, I thought that was first blood.
That was very close. Choose barely getting out. He's going to definitely be in a really rough spot. Remember what we were saying about these low health lanes. You want to make sure that your side of the map actually wins it. Now Choose going to be backing away. They're both going to back away, and he's not punished too bad. He just misses a couple CS. But it feels like Evil Geniuses, Tomio has kind of found his confidence once again to actually take control of his early stages of the game.
and being on this Viego, having this early control, the thing you gotta love. Can be so aggressive, and we talked about how Tomio likes to fight. He likes to scrap. Viego complements that.
And now, you know, he's able to farm as well. This champion's not a terrible farmer, so as he's able to pick up a lot of this side of the jungle, he will be able to stay several camps ahead, but the final engage comes through.
Ooh, a deep dive, looking to grab Smoothie, but Smoothie still alive. Array trying to finish the job, lands on the Cowrie instead. Cowrie defending his support.
It ends up being a very even situation, right? We saw this lane last game, well, with a small difference, right? It wasn't Tom Kench, but it was definitely a situation where it felt like Array was able to play pretty effectively in this lane. He was able to build up a lot of souls, and now he's even got a couple CS to his name, right? Not going to be risking giving up the actual gold generation, but still getting a little bit of extra money as Acadian comes down.
So both of these junglers are well aware they're around the same quadrant. Acadian's trying to snoop out where, not Acadian, Tomio's trying to snoop out where Acadian would be. Acadian on top of that ward. Sight is on him, so able to push back will be the bot lane of Evil Geniuses. Tomio is closely scouting Acadian, though.
Yeah. Remember yesterday, I think it was, when we were watching Acadian, he spent a lot of time just chilling out in the bottom lane bushes, looking for opportunities for their opponents to mess up. This time he's not committing in the same way. He's not spending nearly as much time looking for a dive that may never appear, which is really important. He recognizes that he's behind. He recognizes that he needs to catch up in terms of all this farm, and so far, he's going to be doing all right. He's not going to be falling too far behind right out the gate as long as he continues farming.
So rotation towards the mid lane coming out from Array. Just on the back, trying to get a little bit of a front foot if any play were to go out. See a lot of pings into that mid lane as Smoothie's also taking that type of recall. Pretty standard here. Now Tomio with the invade onto Acadian. Choose waiting in the wings. He stops Ligo around this direction. Tomio now goes towards the top side. You can see Tomio just... It's the constant tracking of Acadian he's looking for, and now the play into the mid lane he's looking for. Choose has no flash, no chance to escape. First blood going over to Tomio.
Ooh, good stuff. We didn't get to see exactly what happened, but it looks like a Shuriman shuffle out from Saligo takes advantage of the fact that Smoothie is there, and Cowrie can be relatively safe. He's on his Ezreal. There's no real threat coming through from Chime now that the Abyssal Dive is gone, but there might be a threat from Tomio as he walks down the river.
He's looking to this direction. Can hard shove it right now. You still have Choose who's trying to get back to lane. And with all that established over down in the bot lane, now the hard push coming out, Tomio has the safety to go after this dragon. His bot lane can kill out at any moment.
Yeah, his bottom lane is in control. They're going to be looking to try and crash this wave, and Array and Chime need to fight to make sure that the wave doesn't crash too hard. So it ends up being a small victory coming through for Evil Geniuses as they grab a dragon for themselves. They've grabbed the first blood, and we're seeing that Tomio is in control of the jungle this time around. He's got a lot more confidence. He's ready to go for things, and he's ready to counter gank Acadian.
Acadian coming here for the fight. Tomio is so far away. Acadian sees a 200 health Cowrie, pops right onto him and grabs a kill. Cannon barrage there for the zoning.
Oh, Tomio didn't choose to walk down. He chose to go play for the crab instead. That gives up Cowrie's life, but it's still going to be a situation where, as we watch the rest of this game play out, the fact that Acadian kind of fixed a lot of his early game issues by picking up this gank is now going to be in a spot where he is okay with the early game spot. He's not going to be going for the tank Diana like I suspected, so he's instead going to be going... He's not going to be the same kind of face checker. He's going to just be this aggressive diver like you were looking for in the first place.
Oh, yes. Oh, hell yes. That's the way I like Diana played. It's the only way Diana should be played, Josh.
What? You don't like the Sunfire builds?
No,
They're
no
so
Sunfire
strong,
builds. I want to blink and miss all the action in 1 second.
Ooh. Well, yeah, some guys do have problems with that, I guess. But now Tomio's
Not
here
again.
up in the top lane.
Ah, here comes the play. Tomio, here comes the stun. Onto
got
Concept,
red.
forced to burn the flash, but as you said, the red buff will burn, and Sturdy will cut. Now in the bottom lane, Acadian with the moonfall finds Smoothie. A tongue onto the back of Cowrie, who's forced to flee after his support hit the dirt.
Yeah, Acadian once again visiting the bottom lane. You were talking quite a bit about how you want to make sure your bottom lane is the one that's winning. This time Acadian is having a bit more effect down here, making sure that Array and Chime get stronger. They have more freedom to actually farm, and allowing the Senate Tom Kench to be a bigger threat come mid-game. And Tomio, you know, he had some good opportunities to kind of bash heads with Cadian earlier in the game, but now he's been kind of missing these small timing windows. He's not necessarily tracking Cadian quite as well, and instead going to be on the opposite side where he can continue farming, but if Viego's only farming, it's just going to be okay. You want to be looking for more things like this, where you catch people out like Concept, and with the red buff, there was no real way that he could ever leave.
Can't blame Tomio for going up here. He wants to stop the scaling of the Gangplank and get Surdy to start popping off. But the play for Acadian was textbook. Go for the bottom lane, try and take them down, and try and get Array online.
And they got him online. You can see him. He's got the little green dot in their friends list. That means he's there.
I know.
But at the same time...
Turn yellow.
Go ahead. Yellow.
Yeah, that means away.
It means away.
Array's away. That was terrible. That was terrible. I'll see myself out on that one.
Alright, well, we can finish this solo cast. The big thing that I want to pay attention to, though, Eric, is now we haven't really looked at it again in a little bit, but Soligo on this Azir is beating Choose, right? He's got about 2-ish waves in advantage. He's got that assist, and crucially, Choose is going to be behind in terms of where he wants to be for the stacks, right? You really got to pay attention to when he actually completes this first laser completion. He's got 91 of 100 stacks, and so when he gets that, he gets to play the game again. But that means for the next couple of waves, it is going to be all Soligo. He has control, he has the wave clear, and now that he's got level 9, he can start looking for these roams as well. He can start looking to counter gank Acadian.
And he also has the comfort. As Sierra was saying in our little intermission, this is one of his favorite champions on the Azir. The bot lane, Chime tries to get an engage, but that Abyssal Dive is so telegraphed. Tomio right on to Chime. Chime has no flash. He gets taken down by Smoothie. Here comes the pain, though. Tomio jumps in, using that form from the Heartbreaker, has to jump right back out. Now, Acadian with counter engage. Out comes the Tether, not going to find the root. Array, not going to find his.
Too many ARR
Too many
games
A's,
coming
right.
through. That is going to be a good game coming through from Tomio. They kind of have to force it and get through all of the shields on the side of Golden Guardians, but they eventually take him down. And we're starting to see Tomio, right? We said that he wasn't quite able to track Acadian quite as well, but this time he is to the punch first, and if you don't have to track your opponents, they have to track you. That's going to be helping out quite a bit. And now Golden Guardians, they take away a little bit. They get a bunch more souls over towards Array, and they're looking for Cowrie again.
Coming down to the spot lane is Acadian, but Cowrie, deep underneath the tower, has no problem. Not able to get close enough is going to be Chime, so he will take that recall. And we'll see if he's able to make his first major purchase, because it's been a while. He's not having the same game that he had last time, where 10 minutes in, he already had that Trinity Force done. He's not getting a whole tower like he did very early on.
They're looking for the dragon as well. It's not the whole turret. They are going to have to face check. Oh, he has no dash.
Smoothie doesn't see it coming until it's far too late. Acadian on this Diana picks up kill number 3. Might be looking for more as they chase away Evil Geniuses from this mid lane.
Yeah, that Smoothie got blended. They're going to be in a spot where they can't really contest this dragon if Golden Guardians wants to force the issue. But Tomio...
Oh, Tomio. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it.
Yeah. So Ligo is waiting to see if that stun actually lands, right? He starts the Shreeman Shuffle, but he doesn't actually go for it. And I'm surprised Golden Guardians are just giving up all the space that they had just won, right? They go towards the mid lane, they try and defend the turret, but that just means Evil Geniuses are now in control. And we said how difficult it was to control space.
Shurima Shuffle, the flash won't even protect him, but into the right direction he goes as he finds Chime. Soligo low, Acadian will grab it. Chime with the Abyssal Dive, can't get the knock up onto Tomio. So Golden Guardians grab Soligo. We'll give them some priority over towards this Drake, but it's being lost as they have to take the recalls.
Are Evil Geniuses really going to get this?
I think they are.
The Smoothie died, then Soligo died, and now Golden Guardians are just going to be giving up the dragon?
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of finding all these kills. I mean, Evil Geniuses are just the ones who are like, well, if you're not, I guess I will. Do you want that last slice of pizza? Well, nobody claimed it. Nobody's got their name on it. But Array just walks a bit far forward, and luckily for him, he's got enough friends nearby that it ends up not mattering. The flash doesn't even go through, but it's just the ability to run away from the rest of the fight. There's not enough damage coming out from Tomio and Soligo just quite yet to finish it off. But at the end of the day, I feel like Evil Geniuses are the ones who get the bigger prize, and they actually get the neutral objective.
Yeah, it's a 1 for Drake. I'm all right with that for Evil Geniuses. We'll take that on that one. And especially on the back end of that fight, could have lost so much more.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation where it feels like both sides are still jockeying each other, trying to feel each other out as these fights start to go through. And, you know, credit to Acadian as well. He has recovered from the early farming deficit that he had, right? Remember when he lost 2 of his camps topside, he was down about, 3-4 camps for the good chunk of the early game. But ever since then, Golden Guardians have done a good job at preventing Tomio from just free farming his own side of the jungle. They're sending Array, they're sending Chime to go help out and take control of especially the Raptors, and it means that with these 4 kills, Acadian is noticeably far ahead in the jungle. It's one of the bigger goal differences that we actually have on the map.
Yeah, right now, about 600 gold separating both of these junglers. Acadian, a great job, 4-0-0 in the, as we head towards the mid-game, constantly looking for engages, looking for fights. That snap engage the Diana, it takes a very fast reaction time to be able to handle it. The Moonfall that comes right after, if she's in the middle of your team, that is a team fight win to follow. Acadian is putting on a good display with Diana as he starts to stalk Saligo.
Yep, looking for an opportunity. He's got the extra dash.
Ooh, right onto Saligo. Emperor's Divide to keep Saligo alive, but Acadian doesn't care. Will flash right over it. Take him down. Tomio misses the stun. Acadian falling low, gets the shielding coming out from Array, but there is Tomio as he grabs the kill onto Acadian and wants to use his own kit against him. The cavalry arrives. Cowrie delivered 1 kill.
And now he's going to be getting a lot of damage in the mid lane as well. Might even be able to take this whole structure. Evil Geniuses, even after a play comes through from Golden Guardians, are going to be the bigger recipients. They open up the map even further. Yeah, Golden Guardians get the bot lane turret, but the mid lane turret is so important for the ability to control these upcoming dragons. And as they clear out another minion, Golden Guardians are barely able to pick up the turret, but Evil Geniuses, they find 3 straight neutral objectives. Right? The first dragon, the second dragon, they find the Rift Herald now as well, and Golden Guardians, we said they needed to be at these places first. Yes, they can still do it later on, but it's good practice to start doing it for when you can actually get the opportunities to do it. They found a pick onto Smoothie, they found a pick onto Saligo, and then it was still them giving up the objectives.
Yeah, you can see this engage that was so forced by Acadian. He dives really deep to try and get this kill onto Saligo, but it's always the follow-up that comes out from Evil Geniuses, both on the play and after it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a situation where you can't really do anything, and Choose stuck around a little bit longer than he perhaps needed to. There wasn't really a way for them to turn that fight around, and Choose knew that as soon as Acadian dies, he's going to get jumped on as well. You don't run away from Viego as Victor. You don't have all of your upgrades completed. I don't think he has his second one done. He might now have his Q evolved, so he's got the extra movement speed whenever he throws out the Siphon Power, but until you have that, you're just kind of a sitting duck whenever the Viego gets on top of you.
Tomio just wants to bully down here in the bot lane. He sees Choose pushing in the wave. Saligo just clearing it out for now to try and set up. Already in this direction is going to be Evil Geniuses. You got a minute before this Drake is going to be up, so Tomio just bouncing back and forth between the mid, between the bot, looking for a pick.
Gotta try and find something in the next minute or so. You can't just afford... Yes, you want to be in the locations first, but you can't just afford to sit there for an entire minute. You gotta be jockeying for vision. You gotta be looking for opportunities to pick people off in the sidelines when they're too far aggressed. And now, the question is Choose too far?
They really want Choose right now. They keep pinging towards this bottom side. They're trying to find this pick before the dragon does come up so they can grab it quite easily, as they've already started a very strong Dragon League. Saligo just holding the wave for now as the rest of the Evil Geniuses, they might have a collapse position right here.
Yeah, but Evil Geniuses, now they're taking control of the mid lane. They're dropping the Rift Herald. They're going to be pulling Golden Guardians out of position. Surdy can start moving over. He has the teleport ready as well. I think he wants to try and get that last bit of gold so that he can actually, like, potentially recall for an Asher's Tooth.
Good little charge of the Rift Herald results in the entire tower going down. Tomio able to pocket that one, but Golden Guardians, they're going to make a move to try and get priority over this Drake while Evil Geniuses are busy. They're getting some vision there, but they're not able to get total priority, and they're forced to group up within their own jungle, getting the teleport out from Concept, but it will be matched by Surdy, who's ready to join this fight, ready for a team fight right now. Acadian is back and deep. Look at Saligo, though, right on the flank. 2 flanks set up. Surdy over on the top side looking to come in from the jungle. Golden Guardians, they're afraid to take this fight right now. There's so many directions they have to watch.
Yeah, when you have so much control, it needs to be in one direction. This is fantastic coming out from Evil Geniuses, forcing Golden Guardians to be ready for different attacks. This composition is so hard to play.
Oh, here we go. The barrel comes out, and Sturdy comes out from the flank. Sligo unable to be stopped, and now the Dragon fight going to continue as Chime able to steal away Acadian to make sure he doesn't fall down. Now Kill comes in. Array able to get the shutdown onto the top laner of Sturdy. Still chasing down onto Sligo. Abyssal dive, but there is the Emperor's Divide to make sure Sligo is going to be okay. A laser's going to land on him, but look how low. Look how low Golden Guardians are. Tomio sees that. He sees Reset City. The thing is, they can't close the distance safely enough. They're just going to back out. Golden Guardians grab the Drake.
Oh, True Shot Barrage lands, but isn't going to do enough damage to choose. It's a crazy fight, but Golden Guardian stands tall. They're able to focus down individual targets. They have enough control, and they force out people at different times. When we get a replay of the fight, you'll have to pay attention to how Surdy and Saligo aren't quite synced up to actually dive at the same time. And it means that Golden Guardians are able to focus them down one after the other. So, Golden Guardians, they get themselves back on the board with these dragons. They fought for the actual priority of the geography. They got control, and they allowed Evil Genius to even get these flanks, but they weren't worried about it. They knew that they could actually play it through.
So Evil Geniuses, all things considered, you know, they did lose that last Drake. It would have been a very crucial Drake to grab out because that puts them at soul point, and it puts a hard point of contention on to that Drake. And believe it or not, you know, champions such as Ezreal, such as the Azir, do decently well when they're able to create their own zone control, able to protect themselves and get away from certain situations, certain scenarios when it comes to dancing around that Drake pit, skirmishing around that Drake pit. Now look what's coming out right here. The movements being headed towards the top lane. Already moving out is going to be choose control for Evil Geniuses going towards this top side. You have no more neutral objective on the bot side with that dragon 3 minutes before that's back up. So you got to keep a close eye onto this Baron, and they're sending more than just an eye. I mean, you already have Sligo up there. Tomio and Smoothie will join.
Yeah, Tomio looking for Choose. It's so hard for Victor to leave.
Oh, the stun on the Choose, but it gets returned. Thanks to that gravitational field, Choose gets under the tower.
But he's going to have to give up a lot of space, right? That's going to be the top lane turret going down. Will Golden Guardians be able to enter in the mid lane? Acadian's looking to dive.
Still far away is Surdy. He's closing in onto this direction, and Acadian is right on the flank of that. He's still looking for the dive, but now that he saw Surdy, instantly backs out, doesn't want to contest it. 3 in the middle for Golden Guardians. Tomio just taking a little bit of a sneaky route to get by them, but no one willing to take the engage yet. Acadian not close enough.
Ends up being a bit of a jockey, and there is Evil Geniuses coming first in that race. So it ends up being a situation where it looks like Evil Geniuses are going to be content just fighting over the dragon over and over again. They were a little bit late. There was unclear control over the dragon pet last time. They feel confident that they can better execute it on the next occasion. And if nobody's going to really be playing for this Baron, it just means we're going to be getting fights over and over around the upcoming dragon. Both teams can look to do these objectives rather quickly, so I'm a bit surprised that neither team is really taking control of the top side of the river.
So taking stock of what's going on right now, we are 22 minutes into this game. Evil Geniuses are with the gold lead, 1.6k into their pocket. We still have a minute and 45 before the dragon comes up. So far, an intense game between these two, an intense series between these two, as they've been going battle for battle, blow for blow between each other. And with the dragon spawning quite soon, it's going to be Golden Guardians who are going to look to get the early pick. They're going to force the Heartbreaker right out of Tomio. He's forced to go over the wall to try and escape. So that's going to be one cooldown down.
I think it's back up by the time the dragon spawns. It's a very short cooldown. Yeah, it's definitely going to be available, so they get a little bit. But now Surdy's fighting Acadian.
Going after Acadian. 1 snip, 2 snip. Concepts there. Scissors, gun, nah. Gonna back out. Surdy not gonna take that fight.
Yeah, neither of them really willing to just go in for the fight. But as we take stock of the items, right? Because as Evil Geniuses, they're here first, but that doesn't mean they get to maintain control the entire time. They have some slight advantages across the board, right? But it's very, very small. Ezreal is on full 2 completed items on, the Call of Field's Warhammer, whereas Array just has their Umbral Glaive, doesn't have the completed Eclipse. But Chime, he's got 2 completed items, and Smoothie has none. right? Smoothie has had to divert some of his attention into getting this Oblivion Orb to reduce some of the healing coming through. And oh, Tomio gets the blue buff. Does he get a lot out?
Oh, he's getting rooted with 4 of Golden Guardians around him. He's going to try and buy time using this stopwatch, but no one is nearby. It's picked up. Acadian with the kill. Tomio mispositioned.
Tomio goes for the blue buff, but his ultimate not quite up. It comes up just after he dies, and that's going to be a free objective going over to Golden Guardians. It ends up meaning a whole lot more than I expected. The ultimate from Tomio was definitely up by the time of the dragon spawn, but it wasn't up when he actually goes for the fight for the blue buff. The bit of greed coming through. We've seen that multiple times. Multiple teams have done that. It's not just Tomio, but this time it's going to be putting Evil Geniuses in a spot where they are worried.
A big slip up coming out of Tomio right there. You got to watch those cooldowns. Surdy watching Acadian. Now looking for that haircut, but the Devour comes out from Chime. Tries to save Acadian. A big shield coming in there. Saligo on the flank finds Array. Surdy with the kill, now continues the chase after Acadian. Abyssal dive. Chime comes over, doesn't have the Devour anymore, so this is tough for Acadian. He has to flash away into a different direction. Time delivered straight to Cowrie, and that is 2 kills consecutively picked up. Coming out for Evil Geniuses right after that first one on Array, and this is gonna be the time to grab the Baron.
Yeah, 3 kills on that pick. They see them a little bit too far forward, and Sturdy finds the flank. The Ghost allows him to run to multiple people down, and this is what we're saying, right? This Baron goes down so quickly, they don't even have everybody hitting it, and they're going to be able to grab that back away, and they only lose the bottom lane turret in recompense. So, Golden Guardians, I mean, we're seeing a lot of small picks going back and forth between these two teams. Both teams overextending just a little bit. But watch how Surdy, he has the Ghost and he isolates individual members. He sees that they're going for this fight, and then as he runs in, forces the Devour onto Acadian, Array has nobody left to protect him. Surdy even saves the last part of his ultimate. He doesn't use it. He wants to make sure he has the slow to chase down another member. And so this presence of mind coming through from Jet, Surdy, Joy looking fantastic as he finds a 3rd kill onto Acadian.
Surdy, so spectacular with managing those resources, especially on the needlework. And now it's resulting in some big things coming out from Evil Geniuses as they do have that Baron and starting to set up around this bottom side, getting those waves going. I mean, you got a neutral wave state coming out in the top lane, shoving in the mid wave is going to be Surdy with your 2 carries in the bottom lane. Now it's going to be big pushes coming out for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah. There's still a lot of wave clear on Golden Guardian, so it's not trivial for Evil Geniuses to try and pick up these turret objectives on the side of Golden Guardians. They do need to be very careful, and if they zone multiple people out, prevent Gangplank from coming around, they will have a bit of an easier time. But with the laser coming through, it will still take 2, maybe 3 lasers to clear out these minion waves, and that's still a lot faster than most teams can do.
I mean, you got Surdy over there in the mid lane who's just dying to go in for a flank. Here comes the engage. Acadian goes golden, getting caught out. There's the Devour again coming out from Chime, pushes him over. The Emperor's Divide Wall has to flash over, but Surdy on the flank finds Array, and he's looking to cut down more. Unfortunately, gets cut down by Choose in the process. Now Concept clears out the wave. Cowrie just watching after that last very vicious fight, close fight. Almost able to find a lot with Surdy, but not close enough.
Not close enough. Their turret is still standing. Evil Geniuses very, very unable to get anything done with that Baron. They still have plenty of time. They still have 45 seconds, so this turret could still potentially fall, but the wave clear is back to full HP. Choose and Concept are both here, and Golden Guardian successful hold up against the Baron buff, and that just means we're going right on back to the dragon fights, Eric.
Right on back. Minute 20 before it's up. It's not going to be a Dragon Soul point. It's a question if we are even going to get to that point now, as Evil Geniuses have found so much momentum. The answers from Golden Guardians to try and stifle this, to try and turtle this, is working out, but it's coming out from a lot of the over-aggression of Evil Geniuses looking for these dives and sending Surdy 1v4 into that backline. Sure, he got a kill, but it still needs to be calculated as they try and close this out, because the comeback potential is always there from Golden Guardians.
Yeah, so Evil Geniuses, they've gotten picked before the Cloud Dragon. They got picked before the last Dragon. They can't afford to be making the same mistakes at this time, but we're seeing a similar play, and Smoothie's like, yep, let's do the same thing, except maybe we don't die for the blue buff this time. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good plan. Evil Geniuses now in control. Remember we said that Golden Guardians could have trouble retaking. The player who needs to really lead that charge is Akaden. He did it well on Takari as they were trying to defend their bottom turret.
All right, now here comes the rotation out of Evil Geniuses. They're working towards this blue buff once again, and they want to get the catch out before the dragon does spawn. Already one strike coming in from Acadian. No follow-through. Surdy over the wall. Lines are drawn here as you have Golden Guardians top side. Evil Geniuses holding it for Drake.
Yeah, I could definitely feel the tension coming through as Evil Geniuses. They wanted that fight, but then Smoothie was like, no, just hold on. You can't chase into Victor Gangplank, please.
Well, they walk right into it.
Don't it!
Chooses there.
Let's go hit the dragon.
No, here comes...
Or the mid lane.
Yeah,
okay,
it's just straight rotation. Oh, they're giving it up right there. They don't care about the Drake. They want an inhibitor. Cannon Barrage goes out, but look at the minion wave. It is healthy enough. No problem for Evil Geniuses. They're happy with this trade. It is not Soul.
As long as it's not Soul, Golden Guardians come out slightly worse for that. But next time, Evil Geniuses can't afford to make the same trade. Right? There should be Golden Guardians pushing the wave out a little bit further. And it's kind of fascinating watching Evil Geniuses go. Like, they're fighting to the death for the blue buff, but this time they're not willing to do it for the dragon. It feels like they're making very, like, seat-of-the-pants kind of calls coming through. They need to have a little bit more coordination, and that's something that will come with time as this team starts working together a little bit better. But Golden Guardians, they just make the very standard plays like, yeah, sure, we'll take our third straight Infernal Dragon. Our Gangplank is very happy about that. Our Senna's golden with that. And of course, Trues and Acadian, they have the damage coming up. They will have the ability to burst. And as long as they are playing defensively, this composition is so good at defending positions.
And it sets up a win condition for Golden Guardians. They already have 3. It's at Soul Point. One more Drake for the Soul. Soligo, Shurima, shuffle on to choose. He will go down, but Kakadian returns fire, gets it on to Soligo, while Surdy on the flank over on the top side. Tomio able to grab Acadian, but the kill is returned. Concept gets that one. Now jumping back in, going deep, it's going to be Tomio as he's looking to find Array. The Devourer saves Array, but there's the ultimate coming out from Tomio as he's looking for more. Cowrie gets rooted up. The ultimate from Array gets one. Tomio hops into Array, but it is fought with vigor from Array as he's able to get the kill and defend against Evil Geniuses.
GG defending against the Congo line of Evil Geniuses members coming through, and Array, it's not a pentakill just quite yet, but he stands tall against Surdy. He stands tall against Tomio. He is ready for when Cowrie comes in as well, and this is what we're saying. The Golden Guardians roster is so good at playing defensively. They are so good at forcing you to come through these choke points, and Array is able to exploit that to find multiple kills and punish Evil Geniuses for the hubris.
What a battle between these two squads. Evil Geniuses will just not give it up, and we're now starting to see this Gangplank getting towards that late stage where the barrels hurt so much to get hit by their AoE damage. If a crit barrel hits you, if it hits your team, that could be a team fight loss right then and there.
So we'll see. We got a very even situation again going towards the next dragon, towards the next Baron. Both teams can do it rather quickly if they actually are left alone in these situations. And so we have to watch who gets there first, who has control. Right now, Golden Guardians are in control of the actual approaches to the Baron, and that makes it very difficult for Evil Geniuses to try and poke their way back in. So they need to be disciplined. They can't just walk in. They need to have their face checkers. And unfortunately, they don't really have a lot of face checkers. It's like Tomio or bust. And with Golden Guardians already hitting, they have to try and retake.
Oh man, this is going to be intense right here. Array takes a load of damage from that True Shot Barrage. The damage fall off, not enough because he got the first hit. Now here comes the engage. Acadian looking for Surdy. Surdy's able to back out. Concept runs low. Acadian's looking for more. Goes on to Surdy. Surdy returns the fire. Gets Acadian even lower as Cowrie gets the pick. Now Golden Guardians going for full retreat. Chime going to use the Abyssal Dive to get out of there. Get some spacing going for him, but it's still being chased by Cowrie. Still being chased by Tomio. Cowrie with the Mystic Shot finds another Shurima shuffle from Soligo. Cleans up the fight. Evil Geniuses are gonna take this game off a dominant team fight win.
Evil Geniuses, finally the flanking at different angles is working. They come in from different sides and they rip Golden Guardians apart. You take one piece out of this death ball, you take another piece, and suddenly they can't defend their choke points. They are in full retreat, and Evil Geniuses 2-0, finding not only their first win, but their second win of the season.
A first series win, man, it's got to feel so good for Evil Geniuses. And Joshi, I don't know, man, your predictions start to look a little bit good.
Little bit better. Yeah, there's still a lot of things for them to work on, but we're starting to see things even now getting fixed over the course of a single game. We'll see if Evil Geniuses can carry that momentum through, because it's just 2 wins. They got a lot more of the season left to play. You're playing a double round robin. You play each team in a total of 4 games. They've only played 6 of them so far. They got 30 more games to try and prove that they can be one of the top dogs.
And it's starting to show why we've hyped up a lot of these players. You know, Cowrie, even though he struggled a little bit in the early stages of the game, in the late stage, he's still 6'2", 5". Another display coming out from Surdy with those team fights where he was just able to get so much splash damage. And then Saligo, this is one of his favorite champions for a reason. Those Shurima shuffles were spot on.
Yeah, he looked really good towards the end of the game, able to find out multiple members, and that's what you need to be able to do. That's what we're looking for from this kind of roster in order to push their way towards the rest of the season. If these individual players can start standing tall and doing the job that they were brought here to do, this team can be very, very strong.
All right, congratulations to Evil Geniuses. We're going to take a second to take a break, but when we return, we'll have Sierra with an interview with one of our winners.
Corner. But before we get to that heat, let's take one last look at Proving Ground Spring, shall we? Now, Bucio's got a little bit of an ambush going on. The Guardians have been duped. They're going, what is this? This is flabbergasted. Wait, no, I can't watch. Please go to the next one. Now, what do we got here? Looks like the thieves have rounded up the horses, but you know, there's no honor among thieves. And well, the brothers are killing the brothers. This is despicable. Yep, that's Jimmy. Turtle the Kid's gonna come to town. 100 Thieves ain't got nothing to say about it. He's wheeling and dealing, gunning and running. But wait, hold on. You've got Sheriff Bucio and Deputy Jimmy to come save the day too. Turtle the Kid's got friends. Bandits ain't got friends. I've seen good, I've seen bad, but that was ugly. Now what the thieves gotten themselves up to this time? By golly, that's a Texan bullworm. You can tell by the purple scales, the little tentacly thing coming out of his head, and all the eyes as well. That really gives it away. Now let's see what they got. Wait, Armeo's coming over the wall with a lasso. He's gonna wrangle that son of a gun. They're running off into the sunset together. That was a nice refresher from spring. Hope to see y'all in summer on the range. Now where's my sweet tea?
and welcome back for our
Get water real quick.
post-game interview. I'm sitting down with Serdi after the win. First off, congratulations, ending week 1 off with 2 wins under your belt after a little less stellar result earlier on in the week. How does it feel to pull out this win?
It feels nice. It's relieving. I'm happy that we beat GG and we didn't end up 0-6. That would have been really depressing. I think that our other matches were pretty close as well, for the most part, and we could have won them if we played our mid game a bit cleaner. So I just think we're scaling. I'm happy with it.
Okay. And it's all about the improvements, right? You end off at least on a win, see where improvements need to be made. What do you think has been the biggest lesson there in week 1 to that something that you can take into week 2 and beyond to improve your gameplay?
Being less scared to pull the engage trigger on team fights in the later stages of the game when we see enemies mispositioning. We give them a lot of opportunities to do things that they shouldn't because we either choose to I choose to recall in some situations, or other people do, when we could be, for example, diving or taking enemy jungle camps, things like that. It's just playing overly safe on the timers where we should be playing aggressive, and not recognizing the timers when we do have to actually play safe as well.
Okay, and then... Sweet. Okay, so a couple weeks back as well, I wanted to ask about it. You tweeted out saying that you felt like this was going to be a good split. What's been happening behind the scenes to make you feel like this is going to be good for Evil Geniuses?
Well, we had the addition of Smoothie, who is really nice to have on our team. He's an experienced veteran and makes the overall vibe that we have a lot better, in my opinion. He also helps keep us on track and is better at pinpointing the things that we are doing wrong than anybody else. So he keeps us on the track for improvement and makes sure that we actually have goals in place, and it's not just like we're going into the office and playing solo queue games, just waiting for them to end.
Okay, so safe to say that it's been a pretty good transition bringing Smoothie into the
Yeah,
squad?
it's been a really good transition. We're lucky to have him.
Okay. And then now that we're at the end of week 1 for you, any thoughts so far about how week 1 has been? Anything to sum it up? Are you just more excited to get into it, hungry for the wins now that you've had a little taste of that?
I'm feeling really good. I'm really hopeful. I think that we are a team who is going to end up at the very top of the academy rankings and go very far in Proving Grounds when we do actually get to that point. I think that there are a few things that we need to iron out, and losses right now don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because all they affect is seeding for the tournament that does matter, which is Proving Grounds. And I'm just excited to show what mechanical players like us are capable of once we just iron out some of the mistakes that we're making.
Okay. And then to take a little more casual feel on things, as we went and looked at your looked at your Twitter as we were looking at trivia questions earlier on. You have listed on your Twitch that you're the best Camille in USA. Do you still feel like, why do you feel that way? Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I do, 100%. The whole reason that I don't play Camille is because it's just bad practice. When I was, every single team was forced to ban it versus me, because otherwise their top would not do well. Pretty much nobody could really beat it in scrims, even against LCS teams. They'd pick Jax into it and go down 40 CS in the first 7 minutes and not be able to play. But I stopped playing it because I thought that it was encouraging bad habits, such as over-reliance on her hook shot, which made me stay on bad tempo windows, which I shouldn't be doing, just because I knew that I could buffer it through CC and get out of any gank. So I pretty much kind of banned myself from the champion. But when I was playing it, like in solo queue, I had an 81% win rate and 4 KDA at top 20 as my most played. So
okay, so
even in champions queue, I have
title.
like a 75% win rate on it. Yeah, easily.
Okay. Dang. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. When I told the desk earlier, they're like, "Oh, really? Like, okay, interesting." So, love to hear the reasoning why. And then I have to ask about your username as well, because you have Joy. That is an amazing name. That sounds like it would be a superhero name in the first place. So why the username Serdi? Where did that come from?
It's completely random, actually. My original name that I went under was Serdi, but my competitive ID was going to be something like Joy. That was what I had planned out, although I decided to just scrap it and go with what I'd always been using because I was more comfortable with it. It originates from playing Minecraft when I was 11 with my older brother. We just randomly generated something. It was SRT_1234, but obviously that's a mouthful. And so everybody just called me SRT or 30 for short. Kind of just stuck.
Okay, I mean, it's definitely a unique name. I love the origins too, the randomly generated at age 11, sticking through that during your time competitive league. Love that. I'll let you go celebrate with everyone or get back to work, whichever way. But first
Thank
off,
you.
yeah, anything before I go that you want to say to the viewers? Any shout outs that you have? The floor is yours.
Just keep watching our team. I think that we're going to do really well. And betting against us is not a good idea.
Ooh, spicy. Okay. Thank you thank you so much for sitting down talking with me. Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate your time.
Of course, you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna head back over